Okay, hello, good evening. This is High Priestess Jamila. I wanted to come and speak to y'all for a second, and this may be some useful information for some people that may be having this issue. I'm gonna tell you something. Some of these people are just really a spiritual mess, under possession. And so I was in the middle of doing a reading about 20 minutes ago, and I've came on here, I've given all of the warnings, I've given all of the information. And about as far as like people, let me tell you something. When you hear a grown person talking about a child, sometimes they can maybe possibly be under possession. But when you hear a grown person speaking that way, either they are energy harvesting or either trying to heal their inner child. So a lot of the people that you see in 2023 that are attacking people, that are making accusations, a lot of them have not yet fulfilled whatever it is that they are trying to fulfill. This is the reason why I have stated, there's certain people, unless you have your spiritual armor on, you probably shouldn't watch them or listen to them. So somebody had emailed me about this crazy lady in Ohio that's talking about my beautiful 10-year-old son. I don't listen to that crap. She can't do anything to harm my child, and she definitely can't feed off of my child because that's what she's trying to do. All my children are protected. She can't do anything to my child. She can freak you out because it's very weird and creepy and strange to have a crazy person doing that. We're not absorbing any of that. I have warned people about certain people, okay? And I have said who to keep and who to get rid of. I done already said it over the past few years. I done said who is redeemable and who is not. And, a lot of the times when you hear them talking about children, it's because they're trying to feed themselves. They're trying to feed energetically. Well, guess what? The feeding frenzy is over. They can't touch my son's energy. They can't touch my daughters. They can't touch their energy. So there's no need to contact me and say this and that. I understand that the person that emailed me possibly was that person because they used certain lingo, you know. Uh we don't care about that. Obviously a person is spiritually as well as mentally sick to just choose to pick out people and start talking about their children. Think about how sick that is. Just randomly, just I want to randomly turn on my camera and harass a 10-year-old kid from behind a computer. Now think about it. My son watches cartoons and movies. He can't hear nothing that she's saying, not at all. Even if she were trying to do some kind of spiritual working to try to harm my son, my children are protected. They don't hear or see no evil like that, period. Okay. So there's a lot of people that have unresolved issues from, maybe home, or maybe they went to school and they got a demon attached to them ever since they was in high school, or either grade school, you know what I'm saying? And they got problems. My family is protected. Trust me. I've observed, especially the past few years, I have observed the energy parasites. And all of my children's energy is protected. They are protected mind, body, and spirit. So, if you choose to continue to listen to that, to a grown woman or a grown man, or, making up lies, and, they just want to sit and talk about children or your children because they're actually trying to feed off of them. You got to have discernment. It's a lot of people out there that are really, really spiritually sick. My son is happy, healthy. He's downstairs laughing. And if you follow me on TikTok, I was live on TikTok and he had ran upstairs, and because I had bought some Skinny Cow ice cream, and he's just giggling, and Mama, you got some, now I will tell you that initially, because when I was pregnant with Jacob, I was not practicing. Okay. And initially, when this foul woman was talking about my child, I noticed some problems in him back then, but that was several years ago. He has none of the effects of that, none of it. He's good, and I can tell you that it was almost like I felt like he could sense it because he's just as sensitive as me. And he would have these spurts of anger, but I'm a witch and I know how to heal my children. And it was sad that people would do that. He would have these bouts of anger, and that was more like 4 years ago when it was really bad, 5 years ago when it was really bad. And he would have temper tantrums is what he would have, which is not normal for any of my children. I have three older children that are grown, and they never had temper tantrums. But then again, when I gave birth to them and when I was pregnant with them, I was not on YouTube or anything. Okay. And, so when before we moved into our home that we've been in for 3 years now, um, we stayed at a hotel for 5 months, and like it was pure hell. When we got into this house, everything calmed down. Because I beat all of that. I'm gonna tell you something. Can't nobody touch me and mine ever. Oh, I can promise you that. They may try, they may try, but they can't touch. Okay. They can try, but they can't touch. And, I did a really interesting live yesterday on my other channel. In fact, eventually I'm going to be removing all of those videos because, to be honest with you, I don't like being in that energy. And I think that it was a little bit of kickback from me kicking folks up out of my energy completely and totally. It's at a zero as far as I'm concerned. You know what I'm saying? And in fact, my youngest son, he used to have sleep disturbances, and he doesn't have that anymore. We all go to bed. I think the latest, sometimes I may be up till about 3 in the morning, but my son be asleep. He ain't worrying about none of that mess. He's not. So, and y'all got to be careful out there too. You never know who you're talking to. I speak to people every single day that's getting negative energy from these romance scams and stuff. Y'all better believe that sometimes these romance scams, they are worse because the person might be doing spiritual work on you. So, don't talk to strange people that are exhibiting strange behavior online. You got to ask yourself what type of person would do that. And you don't involve yourself with that type of person. And if you feel attracted to something like that, then cleanse yourself so that you can get your head back on straight. Okay. Because, you never know why a person is doing that. Now, I can tell you that when you give birth to a baby, when you give birth to a child, okay, your child is born with all kinds of gifts and promise from God. And these people know it. And sometimes what they will do is they will try to feed off of your child. As sad as it is, I mean, they will frantically, and family members, hey, Heather Martinez, deceased family members, they'll try to feed off of your family members. You know what I'm saying? Oh, they're always talking about my kids, the parasitic vampires who, are desperately trying to feed. That's a sick person. That's a sick person that has mental and spiritual issues. And I think the person that they were emailing me about is dying of something. She can't get to my child's energy. She can't touch my child's energy. So, it's a lot of weird, strange people on here. You know what I'm saying? I have a tendency to ignore them. Okay. Yes. Yeah, I don't pay any attention. So, and if you choose to watch something like that and sit and listen to it and take it in and absorb it into your consciousness, I don't want to hear about it because I would never go. That's kind of sick. I can't sit and watch somebody talk about the people that I love and care about, and I don't. Makes me cringe. It's very, very cringe worthy. Okay. So, for whatever reason, I don't care about the reason. All I know is to protect my child. And you have to protect even your kids' energy. Even a newborn baby, you have to protect their energy. You know how sometimes your kids, they'll go to sleep at 8 o'clock and you try to get them up in the morning and they can barely get out of bed. And they like, well, mama, I'm tired. You know what I'm saying? And most parents give their kids multivitamins and try to feed them right. If they tired, you may want to try to increase their leafy green vegetables and make sure they're eating iron rich foods. But if they still tired, you probably got somebody energy harvesting off of your kid. I went through that. I didn't even realize I was going through that. you know so anybody talking about my children, I can recognize it, and what I do is I take their energy back too. If somebody talking about me, I take my energy back too. I take all my gifts from God and all that stuff. I take it all back. I've got a binding jar. I have a jar for that. You know what I'm saying? I have a jar for that. I don't even have to light up the jar most of the time. Now coming up for this Sabbath that we've got coming up, because and they're not witches. They wish that they were witches. Witches know how to harness energy from the sun. Witches know how to harness energy from the moon. Witches know how to harness energy from Jupiter. Witches know how to harvest energy from the inner earth, herbs. We real authentic witches are not energy harvesting off of other people. That no, that's not witchcraft. That's something else. And I suppose that a person could do some kind of witch spell that they think is a spell, but I'm thinking that the hierarchy is looking down upon them saying, we're going to go tell that person personally. That's why a lot of different people, you ever sit back and wonder why a bunch of different deities are contacting you? Because these people will sit down and they will try to. Now, first of all, if you truly are working with a deity or a goddess, people will sit down and try to call the Hecate or Lilith or K Leech. They'll try to call to some of these big name goddesses. Even Sekhmet doesn't do that. And say, oh, I want to steal this person's energy and their gifts, and that goddess be looking at them like, what the. Hey, every goddess that has came to me, somebody done tried to call them to steal my energy. And you know what that goddess does? That goddess comes to me and says, this person was trying to steal your energy. You need to do something about that. Do something permanent. Do something that will permanently that will block them out of your energy while you're sleeping. Okay, while you're eating, while you're whatever, whatever it is. And you know what? The main aspect that they're trying to feed off of is the solar plexus. But a lot of them, it's the solar plexus and it's the crown. It depends. Okay. So, and that's just what it is. These are things that are a part of the underworld, things that they're not going to teach you in Sunday school. They're not going to teach you that in Sunday school. You're just not going to learn that. Okay. Well, Heather Martinez, I couldn't even, honestly, it does make you wonder if some of these people are human. Um, Honestly, but I think that some of them are human, but they're just confused. So, I mean, I guess that there would be some people that would sit around and let people feed off of their kids. I don't do that. And I recognized that years ago. And you just take back all your energy and power. What they gonna do? They gonna tell you that you got to give it up. No, you don't. You don't. And you don't worry about it. I don't worry about it. I don't care whether or not she's feeding off of my children or not, because she can't. She can't feed off of any of my children. Nobody can feed off of my kids. Nobody can feed off of me. Okay. And I already showed y'all the jar. Even if I'm live and I'm discussing it, I already showed y'all that work that I got. It's up on the website. It's up on here and my website. Okay, so that's really what a lot of the times, because some people try to front as if it's just about drama. We all know that it's not about drama. It's not about drama. It's not about just the sake of drama. Okay. That's a part of the feeding process. You know what I'm saying? And they got pictures of your children and all that weirdness. They're very weird, strange, and creepy. Protect your energy. Okay, that's all you got to do. And I spoke, I think I did a video about this maybe a few days ago where I showed y'all my pretty much the jar that I created to stop that energy harvesting and to protect the energy. Um and I think I did it a couple of months ago, you know what I'm saying? And then sometimes it's a lot of different reasons why somebody would do that. And I believe that there's somebody that does. I think that they do go around teaching that type of magic, but I'm a witch. Oh, y'all. Okay, y'all, I'm back. So, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I think that there was possibly somebody that teaches this type of magic or teaches this type of spiritual practice. I see crazy things all the time. As an authentic witch, I can tell you that if something like that is happening to you, that there's always a spell for that. And then you live life and you move on. Okay. And you know what? This is one of the reasons why y'all notice how I never do celebrity readings. And every once in a while I'll do a celebrity reading, but I don't do celebrity readings just so that I can get views or whatever. I mean, that would be the purpose of it, unless it's a deceased celebrity that came to me. And I did do the Michael Jackson channeling, and but do celebrity readings because I feel like they're people too. A lot of them are people too. And I'm not going to be parasiting off of them either. And I'm not saying that people that do celebrity readings are parasiting. I'm not saying that. But I'm just saying that knowing what I know as far as what's going on out there is that people will try to feed off of you and your children. And I think the scary part about it is the soul harvesting. And there's a lot of people, and I appreciate them being very, very, very honest about this. It's also soul snatching. Yes, that happens. It's not just energy, it's the soul. And the longer you wait and play around, you're going to find out that it ain't a joke. It ain't no game. Ain't nobody lying to you. I would never do no crap like that. I am a traditional witch. I do the Sabbaths. I do, love spells. I do money spells for people. I do uncrossings. I do cleanses. I do healings. I don't work that way at all. And yeah, I'm so sorry that I'm evil because I won't. Well, actually, I'm not sorry. I'm evil because I won't let them feed off of me. So yeah, that's pretty much what that's about. But anyway, y'all, I gotta get this stuff ordered because I'm doing my Lakshmi banishing ritual in a few days, and I'm getting prepared for that. I gotta order my peppers and my limes, and I'm gonna order lemons too. So, I will be seeing y'all in a few days. Okay. Make sure that you guys get in the Beltane circle because they are in a frenzy. And yes, they do want to feed off of spiritual people. If you have any kind of spiritual gifts in your bloodline, that's why they're making videos about you. That's why they're making videos about your children because they want to feed. And they may have tried to make it about something else, but it's the cat been out of the bag for quite some time. you know? And I heard that it can take a few years off of your life, quite a few years off of your longevity. Okay, so y'all be careful out there. Yeah, quit watching them people. They should have learned. If they knew better, they would do better. Okay, and let me say this before I go. A lot of people would compare the spiritual stuff that we're dealing with in our society with being an animal. Oh, I'm a lion in the jungle and I want to eat you. Well, you know what? We're not animals. We're people that walk on two legs. We don't walk on all four legs. See, that's what I'm saying. I don't care if he's another energy parasite and you see it's doing him no good. He's been parasiting for years and he still has nothing. So let him be the example. Okay, I'm sorry, Mr. Green, if I shouldn't have blocked you, but I'm sorry. I'm being very careful about these people coming to me because I don't know who you are. I didn't feel that your energy was negative or anything like that, but I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to I don't want to find out. So that's why I'm being very careful about allowing any form of communication. We're not animals. We are spiritual beings. There's a difference between, so for example, I can have a spirit animal, a lion or a cat or even a dog can be my spirit animal or even a bird. But am I a bird? No, I'm a human being that walks on two legs and has sense, has good sense. So I would never ever, like, how they're saying, oh, it's a part of nature. It's not a part of human nature to do that. It shouldn't be. I'm not a a hyena where a lion or vice versa can get into a fight with me and it's gonna eat me. That's not it. That's not it. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people, like I said, they get seduced, they become possessed. And that's why y'all got to be careful when y'all out here taking spiritual advice from people, because they will lead you down these paths, and sometimes they'll either want you to be the sacrificial lamb, or they'll want you to be and energy harvesters and parasitic people. I don't feel sorry for them, but I do pity them a little bit, because they honestly feel as though if they don't do what they're doing, they're going to die. It's the way that they're programmed. They feel that it's a part of their survival. But like a wise man says, get out of survival mode and you'll start to manifest something. Okay. Where do we go when we die? Are you serious right now? Where do we go when we die? I suppose that I personally believe you go wherever your mind take you. I think all of us know where we going when we die. I know I'm going to the fairy realm when I die. And I'm taking everybody with me. That when they die, they come in there too. It's a very, very, very beautiful place. Okay. But some people don't like the fairies. They don't like the fae. I don't have an issue with the fae. So so anyway, y'all, yeah, I don't care about any of that. I know how to protect my energy. And I warn people about certain people. That's because I don't have no reason to be afraid of these people. I'll tell you exactly what's up with them. I know exactly what they doing, why they doing it. It's not that I've ever taken a class on it, it's just that I can see it. I told y'all they have these, they got a little bit more intricate with their process. They drill a hole into two dolls. Now they were just wrapping them up together. Now they drilling a hole in it. They putting a knot on each side because they think that the knot is going to make it more powerful. And if you have your energy protected, they can't do anything about it. Straight up and down. So, yeah, it's quite strange. I think it's one of those unfortunate, unwanted side effects to the Great Awakening. Some people, I just think that they were not properly trained. I think that there are some people legit were given the wrong information, because good old fashioned witchcraft has worked for me. Like I said, harnessing energy from the sun, the moon, getting help from my goddesses, using earth, air, fire, water, and spirit. I don't energy harvest off of nobody. And it's worked for me. It's never failed me. And I'm on my way to purchasing a home. Okay. And I'm about to get a brand new car. Okay. And with good old fashioned witchcraft doing work for people, you come to me to get the work done, you're going to get what you paid for. It's an even exchange of energy. You know what I'm saying? So that it's like that, and this is not for entertainment purposes only. I've said that so many times. This is not entertainment. Sometimes entertainment can be entertainment is great. I watch movies all the time. I love my scary movies. I love my dramas and documentaries and stuff. But at the end of the day, you got to handle business. You got to take care of that business. Okay. So, you know, I can be funny sometimes. I can make people laugh, which, laughter is really good, but not at an innocent child or an innocent person's expense, and I no, no, that's something That's something that is highly frowned upon by God. And I know a lot of people get it confused. There's a lot of people that, when you look at the news and when you look at YouTube, because there's actually a video that I'm going to be watching on the misery machine that just came out today. I've been so busy today, and something horrible and tragic happened to somebody. And it makes you feel like, where is God? I don't believe in God. But you know what? God is there, you know. And it's unfortunate that, some people get caught up, and God wants you to know all of the information that I'm telling you. God wants you to know that clearly. Cause I ain't went nowhere in almost a decade. Okay. All right, y'all. Protect yourself, protect your children. Definitely look after your children, man, because yeah, they are trying to feed off of them energetically. They're trying to switch places with them. They're trying to steal destinies. Oh man, they done thought of all kind of ways to be lazy and stupid instead of working for it. And my ideal work is different from maybe somebody else's ideal work. You just got to love what you do. If you enjoy what you're doing, that's all that matters. You know what I'm saying? All right, y'all, I got to get this stuff ordered because we're going to be banishing a Lakshmi. And yeah, I'm sitting here in the middle. I was sitting in the middle of working with Lakshmi, which is her sister, which is the goddess of abundance and happiness, and yeah, all of that good stuff. So I will see y'all later. Okay. Have a happy Friday, y'all. Have a good weekend if I don't see y'all before then, but I'm sure I will. Okay. All right. Bless. Bye bye.